Hi friends, today I'm taking you along on our poetry tea time. The practice of setting aside some time during your homeschool day for treats, tea, and some poetry is now one of the most beloved hours in most homeschools now. When my kids realize that the table is set all fancily just for them and that they have this meal or snack time to enjoy this sing-song of poetry together, they transform. They're transfixed by the break in the routine, and I find it so precious when I hear them say, "Is that really just for us?" As Julie Bogart from Brave Writer, the creator of this lovely movement, says, when you pair poetry with tea, your children create a connection between contemplation and rest, while also creating memories of serenity and joy. I love that so much. All our poetry tea times look different. When we first started doing them, I was strict about keeping it to just poetry, but now it has sort of become an overflow time where we might finish the literature reading for the day, or go over the poetry we're trying to memorize, or read a book about our nature study that week, maybe introduce new poetry in our foreign language, and of course, read at least one new poem from one of our children's poetry books. One of Charlotte Mason's attainments for a 6-year-old is to be able to recite 6 easy poems. Poetry books geared toward children help quite a bit in this, and there are so many to choose from to introduce this poetic world to your kids. These are some of the poetry books that we're using in Year 1. A Child's Garden of Verses by Robert Louis Stevenson. Now We Are 6 and When We Were Very Young by A. Milne. The Oxford Illustrated Book of American Children's Poems, edited by Donald Hall. A Child's Book of Poems by Gyu Fujikawa. Other fun and very beautiful poetry books that we've scattered in throughout our year have been Amaze Me by Naomi Nye, Shel Silverstein's Where the Sidewalk Ends, and A Year of Nature Poems. Another thing I try to do is change up the kind of food we eat at poetry tea time. Sometimes it's tried and true meals or snacks that I know the kids love, and other times I introduce culturally different foods and we read something that just, kind of ties all the food and the poems together. I almost always introduce a new special drink too, either a new flavor of tea, a sparkling drink, hot chocolate, or mulled apple cider. The favorite and most memorable poetry tea time always seems to be the ones that we set out the fancy tablecloth, cloth napkins, glass cups, fine dishware, and my special tea set. Somehow, these special items bring out the very best in my children. Or most of the time at least. Sometimes I infuse some points of etiquette and manners as well. After all, we are at a fancy table. It seems a perfect opportunity to touch upon these sort of things, like the proper placement of a cloth napkin on their laps, how to set the table, rules of etiquette. So if you may have felt that this is just one big chore, just an extra thing to worry about and stress over, I challenge you to flip the script and think just how special creating an incredibly different atmosphere that is specially made just for your kids, that involves good manners, good literature, and good company, might forever leave an imprint on their and your heart. For me, it's worth the chore of washing everything up later. And also, as soon as I can 100% trust them not to break my special tea set, I'm definitely training them to start helping me clean up these dishes. Right now, they at least put away the books and they take leftovers back to the kitchen. Baby steps. But along the way, Poetry Tea Time helps you create an amazing experience and create an incredible opportunity to bond with these beautiful souls that we are entrusted with. I hope you create these opportunities in your own homeschool in your own unique way. Until next time, friends. If you enjoyed this, would you consider liking this video and subscribing? Thanks. I really can't wait to connect with you again.
Ew.
Ew. Why is it ew?
You're not ill. It looks yummy.
Yeah?
It looks yummy to me too.
Yeah?
But you just said it's ill. Look, those are roses.
Yeah.
But
They're little apple rose tarts.
you make them into roses.
How? Oh, I'm gonna show you next time.
Can we eat them?
Yeah, but not first. We gotta have our lunch first, okay?
Yeah, but
And we're gonna read some
snacks
poetry.
too? These are ours.
Yeah, those are little